with us. If you're watching this by a later on a rebroadcast, always remember, I say it all the time, there's no space or time. Everything is just like it is broadcast for the first time. So take a moment, share this with a friend, click that share button, say, look, I want you to watch what I'm watching. I want to share what I watch with you. I'm going to ask a question today. And the question is, not are you a Christian, but what in the world does that mean? What in the world does that mean when somebody says to you, are you Christian? What are you? What's your faith? And I've had people ask me that over the years. They don't ask that much anymore. But I stumble at it because when they ask me that question, I already know from the get-go, from the jump, that when they say, are you Christian? They already have what Christian is in their minds. And if I say yes, I'm not saying that I'm a Christian. Here's what I'm saying. You know what I'm going to say. I'm saying, when I say yes, I will be saying what their perception of Christianity is, or what their concept of a Christian is. If I say yes, that's why I hesitate, because I don't want to say what their perception of a Christian is, because over time we've always thought that everybody thinks the same way, and that's not true. We're finding out things different. It's different between people of different countries. Are you Christian? They think different. They may be Roman Catholic. You might be Baptist, which are part of the Protestant movement, which means protest. So you're not a Catholic, you're one of the protesters. One of the protesters, they broke off from the Catholic Church. So to say, well, I'm Christian because I'm Catholic, or I'm Christian because I'm Protestant, well, that's too, they think different about it. And they may think when you say, yes, yeah, we got something in common. And what we got in common is Jesus Christ. But from that point on, even that is different. Because now the next thing is, some people think Jesus was from a different, where did Jesus come from? Well, he was in the Middle East. What color? Some people think, well, that's not the Jesus I have. Some people say, well, I'll never forget, somebody told me, they said, well, you found Jesus, when they brought the slaves over from Africa, or enslaved people from Africa. Thank God they brought in those people from Africa, from deep, dark Africa, because had they not, they would have never found Jesus. Wait. Who in the world says that Jesus was not in Africa before America? Huh? Okay, it's real simple. Okay? Think. You're in the Middle East, and one of the oldest churches in the world, it's about 2,000 years old, is in, watch this, Iraq. Really? Christianity spread into Iran. Where is Iraq and Iran? Israel. Right down where Jesus went when he was a little baby, when they took him. Where does it go? Right down, across the water, right into a country, right into this country called Egypt. And where is Egypt? Egypt is not, well, Egypt's in the Middle East. Egypt is in Africa. The continent of Africa. Christianity moved all the way down the continent of Africa and expanded there. You see the salvation of one of the keepers of a black queen during that time, down in Africa. Yes, they've had, and over time, yes, they've had scrapes and scraps concerning religion in Africa, concerning Christianity and Islam. But it was there. When people were brought over, If they brought over, now think about this. You saw roots, didn't you? You saw roots. And what did they tell you on roots? They said, well, you brought them over and they were Islam and they spoke about Allah. Now, if Islam came, what was it, 600 years later? After Christianity? What does that tell you? It tells you that if Muslims were brought and they who believed in Allah on the boat, if they enslaved them and they were on the boat, then you also had some Christians in there. So when they got over, it wasn't just Kunta who said that he, believed in Allah, but you had some others that believed in Christ and understood Christ. Now, they didn't recognize him because when they got to America, what color was Jesus? He was white. Now, that's not sounding bad or making bad, snide remarks. People make Jesus in the image of whatever they want to. But when they got there, they saw a picture of a man who was white on a picture, and they said that was Jesus. So the Africans that had been enslaved say, well, that's not our God. We don't know what that is. We don't speak the language. So they didn't pay any attention to it at all. Later on, as Christianity, they started talking about it, and the Africans began to understand the language. They began to realize, oh, and in their minds, this is a distortion of what we have already believed. See, when Christianity began, Christianity moved south and east. Long before it moved west. It moved into what was considered to be Constantinople and things of that sort. Constantinople. Those were great cities at that particular time that we're not even aware of. Then it began as it migrating west and on into Italy. And Italy, of course, Roman Catholic Church. See, the Roman Catholic Church was not a denomination. It was not just, oh, that's one of the churches there. The Roman Catholic Church was the church. When they spoke of the church during that time, it was the Roman Catholic Church. Catholic is not a denomination. It only means one. There's a unity there. And then from that point on, as Rome began to move its soldiers on up toward the north, and it got on into Britain and into England, and of course that Christianity was taken there. And then when the king up there got upset because the Pope, he wanted to marry somebody else, and the Pope wouldn't let him marry because she said you can't have more than one wife. You can't divorce that wife and then just get you another one and make you another queen. He said, I don't like it. And the king said, so therefore I divorce myself from you. Boom! And became the Church of England. And so now it was the king who was the head, or the king and the queen who was the head of the Church of England, not the Pope. So they were the head, not the Pope. So you got the Pope down here, and the king and queen of England up there, who's the head of the Church of England, or who became what is called the Anglican Church. England Anglican Church. Out of the Anglican Church, of course, you came up with your Puritans. Your Puritans. And then later on, your Puritans who wanted religious freedom because they were really being, hounded because they didn't like the Puritans, because the Puritans were telling some of the English people in the Church of England that they were sinning. Some of the bishops didn't like it. And so they said, you're going to have to get out of here. So the Puritans decided, well, we just better get out of here where we can have religious freedom. We're going to catch us a boat. And they got on the first ship going wherever it was going. And guess where that ship was going? It was going to America. So when they got to America, they thought they had brought Christianity here. Well, around 1619, guess what? The Africans were already coming in. They had started. Christianity was coming not only from the south into Africa, but also another style of Christianity coming from the north out of England. And guess what? They would begin to clash, connect. Some would be telling the truth, some would not. Some would give their distortion, some would say, but that's not what I learned. And guess what happened? Now you've got this thing called Christianity, and now it was being merged with supremacy. In other words, to use the Christianity or the religion to suppress one group of people while you raised another group of people and gave them this term, black, white, or race, which was never a true thing. It was a social construct. It was not even real. Race did not come up until about 500-600 years ago. Didn't exist. Guess what? It would begin the beginning of all our problems. So in religion, this is where we're beginning to shift and make some changes. Look, this is the master key. So when somebody asks you, are you a Christian? Maybe you better ask them the question, what do you mean by Christian? Does it mean I follow Christ and his teachings? Yes. But what do you mean being a Christian? Think about that, okay? All right. We gotta go. Hey, this is Dr. Ed. We've been on this journey for over 40 years. Some have been there with us for almost 40. Some have just started this journey with us. But what we've been able to do is help people to find joy, peace, enlightenment. They have grown tremendously, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and it's all because of your contributions, your help, our journey on this road. Take a moment, make a contribution at myalc.org. That's myalc.org. That's our website. That's our main place where you're even able to watch our show on Sunday mornings. Not only that, but you can also give through our app. And you can download that app from Google Play, or you can download it from the App Store by just typing in Abundant Life Center, or you can type in Ed Montgomery and the Abundant Life Center app will pop up and you can download it. It only takes a few moments, and you can have that way. You can carry it with you on your phone and your iPads and all those kind of good things. Not only that, but you can also do text to give. That's very popular because people are able to give if they forget to be on their website or their app. They can just give right on the spot, real fast, real quick. Sometimes they do text to give even when we're inside of a church service. And you can do that by texting to 713-742-2035. That's 713-742-2035. Or you could give through our P.O. Box. Safe, sound, secure. You can give, you can make sure you put a stamp on the envelope, but you can, write us a little note, drop me a little note, whatever you want to do, and mail it. There are some folks that's just, hey, I'm just going to mail this. And you can mail your contribution, and that's to the Abundant Life Center, P.O. Box 772-300, Houston, Texas, 77215. I'm going to say it again. That's that old radio thing. You got to say it twice. Abundant Life Center, P.O. Box 772-300, Houston, Texas, 77215. Continue on this journey with us. And if you're new for the first time, start this journey with us. I promise you, not only will it change your life, but you'll change the life of so many around you. And that'll make you feel real good inside.